Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, as the title suggests, Sharon kills Heather on The Young and the Restless. Listen, I'm not going to sit there and say that this is Heather's fault, but when you have a crazy sociopath nut job that broke into your house, one thing you don't want to do is to try to keep them to stay. Okay, I don't know what this chick was sitting there thinking about when she decided when Sharon was going to leave, her dumb ass was like, no, you're not going anywhere. What are you talking about? You can always sit there and call the cops, and it's not like they don't know where she is, or where they can't find her. Just, well, if you want to survive and whatever, just an idea. Um, Now we're going to be sitting there talking about all the shows, General Hospital, Days of Our Lives, Born and Beautiful, Young and the Restless. As you are coming in, make sure you do hit the like button because it really does actually help. Okay, I see somebody in the chat, but they're not up on my screen. What's good, Jay Blue? Let's do a roll call, get this started. Rashanta's in the chat, how you doing tonight? Black Ma's in the chat, how you doing tonight? Francis in the chat, how you doing tonight? Melly Mama Heart Queen, how you doing tonight? Um, and Jay Blue, why the hell can I not see you? I don't understand this. Hey Blue, if you're still in the chat, type something else in. I want to sit there and see what's going on. Okay, we're gonna sit there and say this once. Um, I am one person. There's 13 people in this chat. I'm gonna miss comments from time to time, so do not sit there and take it personal. Um, Queen of the South, how you doing tonight? How you doing, Queen? Francis says, "Is Pez really dead? Do you think they took the storyline too far for Sharon to be a murderer?" Nope. I think it's very important that you kill off characters. This is the problem with soap operas. This is the problem. Okay, there we go, Jay Bloom. This is the problem with soap operas. What's good, Gloria? Um, they don't sit there and kill off characters anymore. They don't do it, and um, I think this may be her exit story because murder is not something you're actually going to come back from. So no, I don't. And that's the thing, Jay Blue. I don't think that they take soap operas far enough. Personally, I don't. I think that they play it safe. Um, we live in an era where everything is very predictable. We can usually see a lot of things coming because of spoilers and stuff. So it's nice the fact that I got surprised today. So that's just my opinion. Well, yeah, obviously, obviously, Lashanta, she going to jail. Of course, of course, of course. I gotta sit there and see how the queen is doing. And Jay Blue says Matt picking up on something about you and bless little James. But see, that was my whole thing though. Well, yeah, Laura B. Yeah, some people, and I'm not going to sit there and say who, they don't know how to have a conversation. The only thing that they generally tend to do is sit there. But that's the thing, though. Yeah, they do tend to just sit there and spoil stuff because they don't know how to they don't know how to act. They don't know how to have an actual conversation. And the thing is, despite me sitting there saying that I don't want to sit there and hear spoilers in the chat, people, when it comes to soap operas, and I say I don't want to hear spoilers in the chat, people still do spoil things about soaps in the chat. So, what's good, Tommy? And I missed something. I'm doing good. Blackmon actually had the day off, so I'm very, very, very happy about that. But see, that's my whole thing, though. What? Okay, I'm gonna answer that question in 1 minute. Autumn says Michael needs to listen to Ned about you. Well, the thing is, Autumn, he didn't actually have any proof of him doing anything. He just said that I don't trust him, but he didn't say why. So, like, why should he actually believe? That's fine, Lord B. That's fine. I, like I said, I mean, yeah. Have a good day, Lord B. Um, no, it says Sharon needs to be Fairview for being unstable. Okay, yeah. Francis says, how do you think she died? Do you think she fell on glass? No, I think she bumped her head and it just, I think she just bumped her head. I don't think it was the glass because the glass actually wasn't even there. And Cat Lady says, dang, as soon as you come in, what? Oh, where's my music at? No, I think she just bumped her head because the glass wasn't even there. I mean, it'll be interesting if that plays a factor, but she cleaned up the glass, and it was only that what you call it found the glass later on. Nope. Oh yeah, no, it's not a dream. It really did happen. I get that, Jay Blue, but he didn't actually have any examples, right? All he said was, I don't trust him. And then when Michael said why, he said he didn't know. It was just a feeling. Then he sat there and yeah, he said that Ned said that Drew only thinks of himself, but he gave examples of the times he didn't think about himself. He didn't think about himself with Carly. He didn't think about himself with Willow. So Ned didn't actually have anything to base um, his distrust of Drew until he heard James. That was the thing that was just very disjointed. Okay, what else my music at? Oh no, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Well, yeah, obviously, Tommy. I think yeah, I agree with that. I agree. I would say, what is your thoughts on the EJ and Eric scene? Um, Eric was a prick. I mean, EJ was a prick, but I don't feel bad for Eric because he did this to himself. That's how I look at it. Erling, I think. Unless Jacqueline says everybody I asked about Sophia being old enough to serve drinks. Oh, and in some states it's legal. Okay, it was you. Thank you. I knew it was somebody. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, yeah, cat lady, but let's be honest though. Let's not sit there and try to act like Willow's this innocent, delicate little flower. That's my whole thing. What's good, Danny? LaShawn says it's Sasha's Tracy Quartermain's daughter. Um, I mean, yeah, I get that, Jay Blue, but like intuition. Okay, I guess we just start going off intuitions and our feelings now. Um, I don't even remember what Lucky's hand was. It's a good question. I don't remember what Lucky's hand was. Now, Kelly says Drew went and followed her to that door. He said this wasn't going to be hard to not be around her. Now he's always looking for her. You know, why did Heather not call the cops? I think Heather should have sat there and waited until she left. I thought that was extremely stupid. Jacqueline says, I believe Xander thought for revenge about more than Sarah. He hates Brady. Yeah, I thought it was, uh, but see, that's my whole thing though, right? Like today, he did sit there and follow her, and I thought that was really stupid. But the way she tried it was good at the way she tried to put it. She tried to make it seem like he just happens to always be there. I was good, Amy. I'll let you know in 1 second, Tommy. I thought it was really stupid how she tried to make it seem like it was always his fault. Like he just always, like honestly, tell you the truth, Boo. You live in the same place. You live in the same town. You're going to bump into him. Stop sitting there trying to act like this is all Drew's fault. What's good, Jerry? You're the one that's sitting there wrecking your marriage and ruining your vows and desecrating your vows. Don't sit there and try to put this all on Drew. What do you think about Sharon now? I think that she's crazy, and I think that she's going to go to jail. And I think that this may be the actress exit storyline. That's all I'll sit there and say. Hey, let's talk. What are you talking about? I said this in my review earlier today. I don't really understand. Like, Sarah, you knew exactly who you were sitting there married to. Busquets and Janetta, you knew exactly who you were married to. Let's not sit there and try to act like this is anything new. Um, Xander would sit there and choose his own emotions, his own feelings before his wife and his child. And if you guys sit there and beg your man to sit there and not do something, boo, and to sit there and keep saying, well, you said that my love would sit there and change you. Sarah, you're an idiot. Um, LaShawn said Drew told Willow at the Savoy, like, wants nothing to happen, so why do you after her? Yeah, exactly, and exactly, Lashanta. And I'm not. Yeah, he was an ass for doing that. Absolutely. I think my whole thing is when she was like, "Leave me alone." I was like, I understood, but don't try to make it seem like Drew is always this predator that's just always just following you around. You know, like Willow at the Savoy, he couldn't help that. Hell, actually, to tell you the truth, he was there before you. What do you want him to do? Leave every time that you show up in a room or something? I'm like, bro, maybe you need to sit there and take a look at your marriage, get some counseling or something, or try to find out what's wrong with your relationship instead of constantly trying to put it on him. What's good, Gemini? Absolutely, Tommy. Why wouldn't she? Gemini says, "Yep, yep, she is gone." Um, exactly, Francis. Who are you checking? Gemini says, "Who are you checking?" What do you mean? Who am I checking? Kelly says, "Well, Albert Drew is always around looking like a creep. So How would that not look like? It'll look like sometimes there's coincidences." Okay, cat lady, what do you want Drew to do? You want him to sit there and move away from poor Charles? I think that Willow has these very high expectations where she just is blaming Drew for this whole thing. And like Francis says, if she wanted distance, move from Drew, move out the goddamn Quartermain house, move out of town. This isn't always on Drew. And I feel like sometimes people are so emotional when it comes towards Drew and how they feel about Drew that they just ready to sit there and put all the blame on him. Yes, we want mood. There we go. That's exactly what I was looking at saying. Emotions, right there. Thank you. Because all I read was emotion. No offense, Cat Lady, but that's what I read, though. She was living in a goddamn fantasy. All blame, not on half. No, but he still needs to go. Why does he need to go? What makes Willow so special? Why can't she leave? She's not special. She could sit there and take her and her kids and take Michael, and she can leave. If she don't like it, she wants to sit there and keep. She wants to sit there and keep run. She wants to run in. She runs into him at times, but then she wants to sit there and start whining about it. Ain't nobody want to hear that. It's the same thing when she and Willow. It's the same thing when she and Michael went to Nina's restaurant. And Nina's, went to the Metro Court when several times. I don't remember several times. I don't. Okay, all right. Um, if that's your recollection of it, then that's cool. But I think that besides today that I actually saw, there's been times where they just run into each other and they live in the same house. So I don't know what this several times that you're there speaking of, but it's like when Michael and Willow went to the Metro Court when Nina was owning it at the time, but then got upset with Nina. I'm like, bro, you came there. Michael will not be leaving anyone else out once this comes out. I think we're missing the point, but okay. How do you pronounce your name? And I guess it's just poor Willow, right? That's my whole thing. I'm not just gonna sit there. What's good, Amber? Does the apartment have cameras? Well, it is an expensive apartment. It should have cameras, but I'm not gonna lie. Like, here's the thing. I generally like YNR today brung their A game. They definitely brung their A game. Um, Even when it started off, I was like, okay, this is a little bit different. And then she just took her body and threw it into like the river, like she was tossing out garbage or something. Oh yeah, no, she's done. Lucy is going to be devastated. Um, I get that, but my whole thing is there's times where it's just they happen to just see each other. This avoid was a situation when they just happened to both be there at the same time. They live in the same town. Okay, they're going to bump into each other. That's my point. So why are we putting all this on Drew simply because we don't like Drew? That's my thing. They live in the same town. They're gonna bump into each other. Maybe Willow should sit there and work on her goddamn relationship instead of constantly blaming Drew for her problems. Danny says our Willow needs to stop. She's the one that kissed Drew. Well, they kind of both kiss each other, but not today. Maybe sometime next week though. Maybe sometime next week. But no, he was cool though. We had a lot of fun yesterday. Every time. Okay, I don't really see that, but okay. I respect your opinion, Jay Bloom. Is Heather really dead? Yeah, yeah, no, she's gone. She's dead. That's it. It's done. I think honestly, tell you the truth, I think most of the sauce is good. B&B was okay. I did low key like the passive aggressiveness that RJ was giving Will. He was all like, "Well, why'd you want to work here for? Don't your dad want you to sit there and work at eh, well, Irving, he has his well, he has school and stuff like that. So I wouldn't sit there and say often, but and he's also really busy. It says, how did Sharon kill her? It was literally an accident. Like Sharon was leaving, and Heather stopped her from leaving, and she just pushed her, and she happened to fall on the ground. Monique says, "I pray that kiss was a distraction." It's gonna be official. Um, yeah, the thing is, people been saying that for a hot minute. Jason and Anna getting together, and I was like, I don't really see that happening. I don't see that happening. And yeah, I know that that Holly made that little comment, but I didn't still think of anything of it. I'm also just like, Annie, you do realize that Jason was going out with your daughter back in the day, right? Was what's good, Valerie? Tommy, I think she's gonna lose more than just her Mercedes Benz. I think losing her Mercedes Benz is the least of Sharon's problems at this point. But well, yeah, Francis. I mean, but she's crazy though. So I mean, that's what crazy people do. I, Valerie, I wasn't even gonna sit there and come on tonight, but then um I saw General Hospital. I was like, yo, we gotta talk about this shit. I was like, we gotta talk about this. Ed, I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming. I know a lot of people didn't want it. See, exactly. Ed doesn't want it. Cherry ice cream doesn't want it. They gave it to you anyway. Mm-mm, mm-mm-mm. Gorgeous Queen Janice in the chat was good. Yeah, I heard those same rumors, Danny. But that's why they're called rumors for a reason. Oh yeah, no, we all saw it coming. Was good Grams? Was good Grams TV? Yeah, Queen, I didn't see it coming. Grams, what'd you thought at General Hospital today? I mean, wasn't you excited? Was you excited to sit there and watch them play cards all over again? Yeah, that's right, Janet. It's the kiss that nobody wanted, but y'all got anyway. Y'all didn't want it, so General Hospital was like, we're gonna give you that shit anyway. That's right, Grams. Crazy ass Sharon killed Heather today. And I'm gonna be Jesus Christ, okay. Kinda over him. Francis kinda over him, kinda done with him. Yeah, granted, because that's exactly what I said. Was like, oh great, another card game, awesome. Because we already had like 5 to 7 days of it. Jay Blue says, I saw come on. Jason said that he wanted to talk more about their friendship. I love it. I do, well, yeah, but you had to sit there and make sure that Lucky gets home now. Jay Blue says I'm on the fence about it. That Jason and Robin were there for years, but that's wrong on so many. How's that wrong on so many levels? That tell me level by level how that's wrong. Come on, I want to hear your reason to why that's wrong on so many levels. Exactly. Well, I don't care. Not that I'm blind to it. I don't care. Um, I enjoy the drama and stuff like that, and but it's not that I'm blind to it. I just don't really care. But I do find it funny. Um, Lashanta, she's been acting weird this entire time. Oh, I know it, but there's no. I mean, it's a little weird, but it's not like. I mean, honestly, tell you the truth, Ed. If here's the thing, if Dante and Sam can sit there and get together, and people don't have that much of an issue with it, and they share a sibling, then I think that Jason and Anna being together is literally the least thing that should be weird. Then he says, I do not want to see Jason and Anna together because they look wrong, and also how will Robin feel? Who cares how Robin feels? Like seriously, I don't understand. Why is everyone sitting there worried about how Robin feels? Robin is with Patrick. In all reality, Robin's opinion doesn't even count at this point. They weren't married or anything like that. They dated way, way, way back in the day. But that again, yeah. I mean, but there's your answer, though, Queen. No, it says I got good news that the Simpsons horror movie is coming out March 7 and has a trailer of Michael B. Jordan as a vampire, licking, talking people during the. Okay, I'll check it out. Exactly, Chris. And that's always like, I mean, my whole thing is like, people don't have an issue with Dante and what you call it being together. Yeah, no, well, that's the thing, Jay Blue. Okay, most people don't seem like they have an issue. So, like, they share a sibling and they're cool. Um, so, like, yeah, okay, so he's been with your daughter. So what? That was like years. That was decades ago. Monique says Valentine's may have been gone too long and is going to need some thug life. Talk about that thug in love. Good old Boondocks. But I don't know. I just think it's just hilarious for me. So Kristen said they don't have enough on-screen women. That's another thing. That's exactly what I said in my. That's what I said in my review. I was like, it's slim pickings for Jason. Even if even if Sam was not going to get killed off allegedly, it's not like who's Jason going to sit there and be put with? Willow, Sasha, who? Nobody except for Carly. And they already made it clear that was if it wasn't going to be Carly, it was going to be nobody. That's my whole thing. Jason doesn't have a lot of options in that town, and we all know that it was not going to be Sam. Cutler says yes, no, yes, no, don't like Sam and Dante, and damn sure don't like Anna with her daughter to old lover. You mean that? You mean the okay, Robin and Jason who dated like decades ago, right? Didn't they date like decades ago? Isn't it almost like 30 something years? It happened 30 something years ago. But that's like who though? Cherry ice cream. Who could they sit there and put Jason with? Yes and no, forget the first love. So yes and no forgets that no one forgets their first love, so zip that. Yeah, but Eric is a horrible person though. Oh, a new character. Okay. Okay. All right, well that's a good loophole. Okay. All right, Cherry ice cream. All right. And you know the sad thing is though, Lashanta, you know the sad thing is that EJ may be a snake, but Eric still looks like the worst person in this confrontation. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh yeah, no, I saw that. No, I didn't get a chance to watch the trailer. I don't know if I'm actually going to watch the trailer though, but I do know about it coming out. Oh wow, May of next year. Okay, yeah. Okay. And Monique says, I like how Sam called Curly out. Like, what were you going? Oh my God! Thank you, Queen of the South. Thank you, Queen of the South. Let everyone thank Queen of the South for that. That is awesome. Oh my God! Thank you so much. Thank you, Queen. Monique says, I like how Sam called out Carly. Like, what are you doing? Nothing, Carly. You're not the one risking their life. Yeah, yes. And I saw a lot of people sit there and say that they were very happy that Sam called Carly out on her selfishness. But in all reality, she is sitting there thinking about her. Like, what was Sam hoping to do? You think that's like Sam really expected Carly to recant her story? Like that was going to happen? I'm like, I don't really understand what was the point of that confrontation. It didn't do anything. Yes, let's everyone thank Queen of the South for that. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Essence again, Tyler, she needs to come clean. Well, Ed, according to some people, Drew is the big bad boogeyman. What's good, Kevin? If killing of Thomas, they should make Douglas adult. They should make Douglas an adult and kill off Thomas. Then it acts like Carly owes her something. I think it was just really stupid of what she did. Like you didn't accomplish anything. Okay. Carly was never going to sit there and turn her back on Sonny and the family. Okay. That was not going to happen. She was not going to do the right thing just because you asked her to. Like, you're an idiot. Lashanta said the same thing about Maxie's family when she asked Benelli to. Oh, very good point. Very good point. Seriously, thank you, Queen. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. That really helps out the channel. Thank you. Well, I guess she did that. The mission accomplished. But in all reality, J Blue, if she does get that liver transplant, then it'd be worth it. But that's actually a very good point. She did not sit there and think about that. She did not sit there and think about that. Man, I wish I would have had you in my review. For my review. What's good, Spencer? I can't believe Jason and Kiss. I was shocked about it. It was good, Spencer. Well, I mean, to be fair, she didn't owe Sam anything. She really didn't. Sam went there to sit there and try to beg Carly to tell the truth. I'm like, no. Like, what? Why am I going to do that? Who are you? I guess Jason, Kevin. Oh, okay, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. I like RoboCop. That's what's up. Thank you, Francis. Thank you. Yes, let me sit there and hit that damn like button. Let me hit that like button. That's what's up. Where the hell am I actually at? Oh, okay. All right, so we're up there. 21. We got 33 people in the chat, so No, I'm gonna check it. I'm gonna check it tonight. I've been super busy. Like I literally just got done with the last soap opera like maybe 20 something minutes ago. So I'll check it tonight before I go to bed. Eh, I mean, I don't really care one way or the other, Danny. Oddly, you're right, Lashanta. As I agree with you about Sarah and Xander, I like them up until Kristen pretended to be Sarah with a mask. They are an unbalanced couple. Well, I mean, yeah, they have the same issues. That's the thing, though, Ed. It's like Sarah is naive and thinking that her love is going to sit there and somehow change Xander against his nature. And you're an idiot. And Xander has proven that multiple times that Xander will sit there and act on emotion first and think about her and their future together as an afterthought. So I don't understand what she thought was going to be so different about now than the time when than the time. No, I never heard about Vince Price. Kristen says maybe it's not even that I miss him. Maybe I'm just tired of hearing Cody have the same conversation with different people every day. That's exactly how I felt about Tracy today. Which, by the way, props to Stella for sitting there putting Tracy in her damn place. She sat there. She was like, "Who do you think you're talking to?" I would say, oh, "Okay, okay, Stella, I like that." Spencer says, "Can you explain when Lucky recognized Jason? Because Lucky, can you explain when Lucky recognized Jason because Lucky has been out of town for a while. I don't know too many retcons. I don't get that. Are you using it there saying, can you explain when Lucky recognized Jason? I mean, why wouldn't Lucky recognize who Jason is? Kristen says, I know it'll be super inappropriate, but I really dig in Sonny and Ava's chemistry back when they were playing the mob stuff. You see Finn and Bridget as a couple. Okay. I don't see Hope and Finn as a couple. Well, Hope is a homewrecker, so let's just keep that. Let's just keep that 100%. I know, no, I heard. It's kind of weird. Josh Brolin being that. Oh, turning. Okay, good. He turned down. Yeah, because that would be weird. Like Josh Brolin is way too old to sit there and play Hal Jordan. Well, I'm saying that because Lucky wasn't there when Jason came back and then came back again. That's why I'm asking because the last time. Oh, no, he recognized Jason. He recognized Jason Spencer. He recognized Jason. They go way back. He recognized him. And I understand the whole Drew thing, but no, he recognized him now. What's good, Eagle Fang? I made it through the hurricane. I told you about Jason, Ava, Anna. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. But also, Eagle Fang, I'm glad that you did. I have another friend that's actually in Florida too. Actually, DC's from Florida. So, you know DC, Eagle Fang. Well, to be fair, she should have been a little scared of Miss Bloom. I thought that was a little kind of stupid personally, but yeah, with Tracy, now to tell you the truth, to sit there and be listening to her talk about her rich people problems, I was like, yo, Stella had a lot of patience. She had a lot of patience because I'm just like, OJ Blue says he's the guy that recited the monologue in Michael Jackson thriller video. He did a lot of horror movies in the 20th century, maybe. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I never heard of him before, but that's true. That's true, probably. Queen said, "Oh, did you see the fly horror flick when there was a fly with a human face?" I mean, years ago, and I don't even fully remember it. Yeah, no, I get it, Queen. Not everyone, not everyone's a horror person. I get that. I grew up with horror movies, so like for me, like I love it. But I get it. Some people more into like comedies and stuff like that. Like I may be able to do a dramedy. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I agree, Lashanta. She was about, but in all reality, honestly, to tell you the truth, Lashanta, she was like, "Oh, well, I didn't know about the Lulu situation." I was just like, um, I sat there was like, you should have sat there and helped them out because that was Luke's son. Personally, they're saying, "Well, I didn't know about the Lulu situation, otherwise I would have helped out sooner." I was like, you should have helped out because you knew Luke and Luke was your friend. Exactly, Jay Blue, rich people problems. Like, oh, my stable boy and my cook are getting it on. And I'm just like, and okay, what he was in the original House of Wax. I'm gonna have to sit there and take a look at the cast then. I remember that movie though. Justin says I'm disgusted with the kiss with Anna and Jason. What are they thinking about? that they were going to die and they should hook up. Why are you disgusted about the kiss? Why were you disgusted about the kiss, Justin? I'm glad too. I'm glad that Tate kicked her ass out. Half of the stuff she was saying wasn't even making a lot of sense. I was like, whoa. But of course, we had to sit there and get more screen time with desperate ass pathetic Sophia. Spencer says, so Albert, are they gonna? Oh, okay. Ah, all right. Thank you. Spencer says, so they're gonna put Jason and together. I think that would be interesting, but very strange. I miss her on the show. Spencer, it's funny too, because like before you came in here, I pretty much just like, I asked you, why are we so concerned about Robin's feelings? Why are we sitting there concerned about? Justin says, Albert is crazy. Who started you on? That's not what I asked. I asked you, well, first of all, this isn't about sides, so let's kind of clear that up. But why don't you tell me why is it disgusting? Can't answer a question with a question. Okay, there we go. It's crazy. What's crazy about it? I really would like, educate me, Justin. Why don't you sit there and tell me why is it crazy for? Robin and Jason haven't been together in decades. Decades. Robin is with Patrick. Okay, they have a beautiful life and children and everything like that. So why are we so concerned with what Robin is feeling like? Or the fact that yeah, he went out with his daughter years ago. He went out with her daughter years ago. That was also years ago though. You know what I call her? I call her the goddamn mood killer. I know, Mel. Well, I didn't get a chance to see the previews. Um, hmm. But seeing how I never watched one John Wick movie, like if I was gonna watch it, I had to sit there and catch up to all the other John Wick movies. Jay Blue says, "Well, if people don't like Jason and Andy together, how about this?" When Brendan said he likes strong women, and Diane walked in, I thought maybe there could be a couple. Thank you, Kristen. Spencer said, "Okay, you're right. We shouldn't be concerned about Robin's feelings. That was so a long time ago. But when Carly finds out about this, oh shoot, she's gonna flip out." That's true, Spencer, and we shouldn't care about Carly's feelings about that either. Because I mean, yeah, let her exactly, Spencer. Let her act like a damn crybaby. So what? She's already getting more out of this story than she actually should be getting. So, I honestly tell you the truth, Carly really needs to. The Jewish movement from Robin and Diane. Robin, and and it's funny too. And there's two things. It seems that's actually a really good question because I to tell you the truth, unless they broke up off screen and they're just gonna eventually allude to it. But also, I heard that um, Marty lost his accent. Yeah, exactly, Jacqueline, and that's exactly what we don't need another more screen time with a damn mood killer. Mm. Yeah, Spencer, we were talking about that earlier today, and how everyone was on Drew's neck, being all like, "Oh, well, Drew did this, and Drew's the bad person, and Drew's the predator, and Drew's the problem," and it was just like, okay, cool. I see people tend to lead by their emotions. So, was good, Black Pink Me? Was that real? Yes, it was Black Pink Me. Crazy ass Sharon killed stupid ass Heather. I'm not gonna sit there and blame Heather, but I was like, Heather, you should have probably just let her go. Well, Justin, actually, to tell you the truth, everyone in this chat seems like they're disgusted about it except for me. So I don't know who's this. If funny, or you, who's or you? Everyone was actually disgusted by the kiss, but it's funny, or you were disgusted with the kiss with you and Willow, but not Ann and Jason. No, everyone's actually disgusted by that. Justin, every person in this chat is actually disgusted by that except for me. I'm the only person that's like, exactly, Jay Blue. She's a grown ass woman. I don't. Well, that's the problem, Jay Blue. Some people just have a problem with like age gaps and stuff like that, which is whatever. That's your own little personal preference. Fine. But my whole thing is like, let's not sit there and try to act like this is all Drew's fault. You know, but people love to blame Drew. I mean, honestly, to tell you the truth, people sit there and blame Drew for pollution at this point. Okay, Justin, this is what we're not going to do. So let that be the first and the last time that you sit there and tell anybody in this chat to shut up. Okay, I will shut that shit down in a heartbeat. Don't go there. Or having a good time, but I can get serious with the quickness. LaShawn says, everyone had this body comes up, who will be the first to suspect? Probably Phyllis. If I had to sit there and say anybody, I would sit there and say Phyllis. As says, like you said, about the getting more into a relationship, she was with her parents for me. If this is her story until they graduate, I'd rather not see it. I mean, I get that, Jay Blue, but like, we're not going to be snippy telling people to shut up, though. That's what we're not going to be doing. So, I just, Ed, I just, oh, don't worry, Kristen. It's not gonna get any more nastier than it's gonna be start right there and then. Some people sit there and tend to take it a little bit too serious, but yeah, we gonna put a stop right to that, Kristen. I just like I said, I find it exactly, Spencer. But I find it very difficult to have sympathy for people like that. Like it's like she doesn't. It's like she's cool being a consolation prize. Well, thank you, Spencer. And yeah, I definitely do agree with that. Well, thank you, Spencer. I appreciate that. Well, like I said in my review, it was like they could have talked more about her parents and the pressure that she's they're getting into being whatever her parents want, as opposed to her. Also talked about her calories and stuff like that. So it was like they could have got into that, but they decided to just rather have her be all needy and everything. Justin, I really don't want to have to sit and explain myself. like I really don't. But Justin, just cool out. All right, let's not let's not start wilding out. All right, but yeah, no, I just yeah, I guess my whole thing is like Spencer. I don't take this stuff that seriously. Like it's fun and it's entertaining, and that's pretty much where it ends. Plus, me, I say a lot of shit that people are not going to agree with me with. Oh, Spencer, by the end of the night, I'm going to probably sit there and say some more stuff that people aren't going to agree with me. She's just, no, she's just, no, Kristen, she's just crazy. She needs some damn therapy and to get back on her meds. But again, this is going to devastate Lucy. This is going to devastate Lucy. And granted, I do find that little girl to be annoying. But like, and honestly, tell you the truth, Kristen, she's probably going to sit there and lash out at Faith. LaShawn says Paul got two kids dead. Who's Paul? You mean Paul on Young and Restless? I mean, the Young and Restless. That is crazy. Though. I just actually, I looked at the and who are yeah, okay, no, I okay. Oh, who's the other kid? So okay, so now is Heather. So who's the other one? They killed off Dylan? That was the character that was played by Steve Burton, right? Burton, I think. Okay, yeah, thank you, Mel. Yeah, I'm just now getting that. Oh, she gonna be going. Like I said, I think that this may be Sharon's exit storyline. Blackmon says Ricky. Oh, Ricky's dead. Okay. Dylan is still alive. Okay. They they didn't kill they didn't kill Ricky too. So Francis says Dylan is still alive. Okay. All right. I mean, if Steve ever wants to go back, I guess he can go back. Dylan, Heather, and Ricky. Ricky went out the window. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, okay, okay. Queen said Paul Williams won't be back on Why Not because he. Yep, that's true. Um, I remember his tweets and stuff like that, and I remember his one tweet that they're saying like, they because they weren't really using a lot of these characters. He was like, "Oh, I came there to sit there and clean out my dressing room after a year." I was like, "Wait, why did it take you a whole year and change to actually go there to clean out your dressing room? Like, what are you doing?" I just found that tweet to be so weird when I saw it, and I almost wanted to do a video on it, but I mean, this is like years ago. Okay, Mel. Blackmon says Ricky was played by Peter Porch, who played Dimitri on Days of Our Lives. Oh, okay. That's still such a weird thing that they just like that he left or they fired him or something like that. Because like just the way he left just seems so abrupt. Um, I actually like this character though too. Have a good night, Kristen. Yeah, it was weird. It was one of those things where it's like you can tell there was some drama going on behind the scene. And also, Jay Blue, I want to sit there and thank you for staying. I know things got a little kind of heated before, so I do appreciate that. I do appreciate you staying, Jay Blue. Yeah, I heard about that. Well, I didn't know that Chance was actually back to being a cop now, so you kind of spoiled that for me. In a sense, Mel, I didn't know that he was a cop until you just told me. Only thing he actually said was that I'm going back to something that you wouldn't like. So, Black Pink Me said, "What did Sharon do with Heather's purse and phone?" I know she grabbed it and she put it in the car somewhere when she was driving off, but I don't know if she dumped it. What's good, Jonathan? I don't know if she dumped it or. But I do remember her grabbing it on the way out. No, seriously, I appreciate that, Jay Blue. I keep forgetting every now and then there will sit there and be a certain level of stupidness going on. Of course, in some ways, there should have. That's right. That's right, Jonathan. They sure did, buddy. They sure did. Now, Cat Lady says, well, Chance did say he was going to be back to cops. I don't know what. He didn't actually say that, though. He said that he's going back to being something, but you're not going to like it. So he didn't sit there and say um, exactly what it was. Oh, of course, Jay Blum. Listen, I'm not trying to have my chats go back to the wild, wild west where people were just saying all sorts of crazy shit and just acting like I was not going to be there to sit there and say anything. I do try to learn from my mistakes. I mean, honestly, tell you the truth, I would sit there and say just like this, Ed. Kelly says he did say a cop go back and listen. Summer said I knew you were going back. I am actually gonna have to go back and see that. Thank you, Francis. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, Francis, I tell you sometimes. always sit there and say, for instance, and sometimes some people sit there and think that what I do can be very easy. I'm just like, okay, cool. You sit in my chair and you do what I do. Let's sit there and see how easy it is. I mean, I have to tell you the truth, Jonathan. Well, it's not a bad plan. It's not actually a bad plan. The problem is Sarah and Xander. Like, Sarah, when you gotta sit there and beg your man, Francis, I don't have the patience. I don't have that much patience. I feel you, Francis. I do. I look at it this way. If I didn't have so much fun at doing this, I don't know if I would have as much patience. But I genuinely enjoy doing this, and that's why I have more patience than sometimes I think I have. It's just too much fun, and I'm not going to let people sit there and ruin my fun. That lady says Albert always hears what he wants to hear. Are we getting the weekend version of you? Are we getting the sassy version of you tonight? I felt like we were getting a sassy version of you earlier. Okay, so we getting the weekend version of you. It's one. Oh, cat lady, I love it. Well, thank you, Francis. I appreciate you. I appreciate you being here. I know sometimes with drama and stuff like that, it kind of pushes people away from the chat. So I appreciate you. But that's the thing, though. Exactly, Jonathan. I'm like, when you got to sit there and beg your husband to do the right thing, and you got to call your husband, you got to call the cops on your husband to make sure that he doesn't get in any trouble. Like this, that's why I was never a support. I'm gonna be honest, Jonathan. This is why I was never a supporter of that marriage. Kelly says he must be out of Kool-Aid. Actually, well, I still got a little bit left. And it's not Kool-Aid, cat lady. It's Moscato. Shutter's Moscato, which is actually, you know what? I don't actually have anything to say. Thank you, Queen. Thank you. No, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I'm not gonna lie, Kylie. I didn't actually have a defense for that. I didn't actually have a defense for that. I was like, once again, cat lady, you leave me speechless. Thank you, Queen. I appreciate that. Well, yeah, Black Man, I'm going to be honest. I didn't actually have a comeback line for that. I didn't have a comeback line for that yet. But Black Man, I'm clearly getting the weekend version of Cat Lady, though. The sassy one. Mm-mm, mm-mm-mm. See, I'm not used to Cat Lady being sassy. That's going to take a minute to adjust to. J Blue Moscato is good. I love Moscato. Even though somebody says it's Kool-Aid. I don't see how, but okay. I feel like I kind of give y'all the same energy weekday and weekend. Well, actually, told you, Francis. Usually, like I said, this is Cat Lady on a weekend. Um, so she throws me off sometimes. But that's the thing, though, Jonathan. It just gets to like even today, it just seemed like it was the same argument, and it's like there's a certain level of Sarah being very naive and not understanding that he will always sit there and go with his feelings, with his anger, and will leave ya. I mean, Kelly, I just like to call it being stern. I just like to call it being stern. I don't remember me actually being like that on the weekends. Well, that's actually very true, Jay Blue. I actually do like very sweet drinks, and actually, tell you the truth, I like a lot of sweet everything. Seriously, cat lady, I'm like this 7 days a week. I have no idea what cat lady's talking about. I think maybe cat lady might got some of the stuff confused or mixed up or whatever. What are you drinking tonight, cat lady? Francis, don't you think Heather apartment would have security? It's actually funny, Francis. I could have swore somebody else in the chat said the same thing too. It was either Tommy or it was Kevin. I think it might have been Tommy that said the exact same thing. And seeing how they do kind of live in a very ritzy sort of fancy. Hmm, well, there's the service tunnel, so I think Kathleen might have got some of her facts mixed up. But that's okay. You might be drinking some tonight, so who knows? It happens. Well, that's the thing, Jonathan. Here's the thing. She wants the bad boy, but without all of the. She wants the benefits of being with a bad boy, but she doesn't want the consequences of being with one. And I said this yesterday. I was like, this is exactly why I always would sit there and say that one was a better choice. Because here's the thing, Lashanta, because that alibi, that alibi is weak as hell. That alibi is weak as hell. So of course that would sit there and make sense to go after. It's the truth, Jonathan. I've said that from day one. But yeah, Lashanta, like her alibi is super weak. Just saying, there's more twist. Oh, okay, Ed. So maybe she is alive. Maybe she is alive and she'll come back. Okay. Have a night, Francis. Thank you for joining. It's always a pleasure to sit there and have you. But that's true, Ed. She could still sit there and survive. So then if she does survive, then Sharon isn't a killer. She just needs to go away for a while. There we go. There we go. There you go. There you go. Because she wouldn't sit there and try to tell him to go against his nature. She would accept him for who he is. And granted, this whole kumbaya thing, I'm still not feeling, to be honest. It was. I'm not gonna lie, Ed. It was actually good today. Um, it was one of those. It was one of those like when it started off. Um, I don't know. You got to watch the episode. But when it starts off, I was like, oh, okay. They actually taking a different direction. It reminded me. Like I knew it was going to be good because it gave me that same feeling when Chelsea was going to jump off the building. Not yet, Lashanta. Not yet. What's good last day? How's it going? What do you think of that low? What did you last day? What did you thought of the scene of RJ being low key passive aggressive towards Will? I appreciated that scene a little bit because you can tell that there's some tension between Will and RJ. Will being like, so you sent there telling me that you didn't see Luna's craziness coming? I'm like, um, no. Well, why would he actually seen that coming for? Like, I thought that was just a very dickish thing to say right off the bat. But yeah, I really have sat there and said, I'm like, yo, listen, um, Sharon has been the most interesting so far when she's off her meds. Black Pink says, see nobody talking about being because it's been so dry and boring, it's hard to watch. Yeah, I mean, Black Pink, it was definitely the losing end of the stick out of all four of them. I mean, it wasn't super terrible, but it was like, compared to the other three, Lashanta says, Will is a jerk just like his dad. Yo, it's Dollar Bill. I love Dollar Bill. Dollar Bill is awesome. But yeah, Will is an entitled privileged prick in a sense. Yeah, like I said, whenever she's not on her meds, yeah, it's very clear that you think it's terrible. Um, like I said, it was like the weakest link out of all the four today. I was actually going to sit there and do a review on it, but I'm like, I don't know. Maybe if I have time, I'll do a review tomorrow. You know, my whole thing is, LaShanta, I felt like when he called over Katie today, he was meant to talk about getting back together with her. Once again, he uses Katie as a consolation prize. Okay? Because if this whole thing didn't happen with Luna, he wouldn't even be sitting there thinking about Katie at this point. So because of crazy ass Luna, I thought it was idiotic. And I honestly tell you the truth, Jonathan, I'm glad that Tate kicked her ass out. I'm so glad that Tate kicked her ass out. Um, Sad ass excuses talking about, oh, I was looking for a confession letter. You're looking for a confession letter? Like, did she really just say that? I mean, I get the tension between them, and I get that I get that I get he wants to defend his dad, but I also understand where she's coming from. She's like, yo, listen, this dude paralyzed my aunt because he decided to be selfish and get behind the wheel of a car. And I'm supposed to sit there and act all kumbaya about it just because Maggie and Sarah seem like they're just like, well, let's just move on and move forward, which I'm just like, okay. Doesn't mean Holly's gonna sit there and have that same energy. So I understand where she's coming from. Katie wanna act brand new. I don't know if Katie's exactly acting brand new. She seemed like she's more apprehensive about it than anything else. She did. She was like, she's looking for the bathroom at first, and then she was like, "Oh, I was looking in his briefcase for a confession." And then she comes out talking about, well, yeah, Yeah, then she was talking about she was looking for a confession letter in his briefcase. I'm like, what are you talking about? You confessed and it did nothing. And then she's like, well, if EJ was, EJ said that he wouldn't be able to prosecute. I'm like, why are you throwing EJ's name into this? Like, what are you doing? It's like she just kept saying stupid things after stupid things after stupid things. I'm like, can you just stop talking for 5 minutes and pull your shit together because you're not making a lot of sense. But of course, we got pathetic, desperate ass Sophia, that's all up on Tay's ass. And it's like, how are you cool with it there being like second place or being a consolation prize? And why Tate? Why whiny, annoying, bratty, the most least masculine man I've seen, or a teenager I've seen? It's like, bro, when he could sit there and say, "Oh my God," more than you, and this is the person you want to be with, yeah, exactly. Last day, this is exactly what I was like. You doing too much. Hmm. Well, Ed, I heard that apparently she got with Victor Newman, so she was pretty much with everyone in the family. Seriously, she was with literally every person in the family. Holly needs some support from her sister. Hmm? Holly needs some support from her sister. Poor Brady. Here's my whole thing, and I don't think I actually said this in my review. Brady keeps blaming himself. I can see where you're right, last day. I can see where you're right. I can see Holly's point of view also, but I can see where Tate is coming from as well. But see, this is my whole thing though. So while Brady is not the one that hit Fiona, if Brady was not sitting there getting hammered, if Brady was not the one that was sitting there getting drunk at the pub, then Fiona wouldn't have had to sit there and drive him home. Have a night, LaShanta. Fiona driving, Fiona was the one that hit Sarah with the car. But Fiona wouldn't have even been driving if it wasn't for Brady getting drunk. So, have a night, J Blue. In a sense, this is Brady's fault, but it's not. It's like, in a sense, it is Brady's fault because all those conditions wouldn't have happened if Brady didn't decide to start drinking and drinking and drinking like a crazy person. I don't know. I like to call it string theory, but I don't know. Anyway, I think I'm gonna sit there and end the stream here because I do unfortunately gotta wake up at 3 something in the morning. I do want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. This is actually a lot of fun, despite all the a little bit of a crazy situation. I want to thank everyone for joining. Have a great night. I will sit there and see you in the next live stream. Have a night, Ed. Have a night, Jay Blue. Have a night, LaShanta. Have a night, Last Day. Have a night, Jonathan. Have a night, Blackmon. Have a night, Queen of the South. Have a night, gorgeous Queen Janet. Have a good night, Melly Mama Hurricane. Have a good night, Blackmon. Have a good night, Ed. Have a night, Eagle. Jonathan says, join us next time for another edition of Soul Chat with Abba Bostic. Thank you, my friend. I always appreciate you. And thank you again, Queen yourself. I really do appreciate you always. So I appreciate your time and you coming in here. And again, thank you for the super chat. That really does help the channel out more than you know. So thank you. Have a night, gorgeous Queen Cat Lady. And anybody else who I met, have a night, Spencer. And anyone else that I miss, you know exactly who you are. Thank you, Jonathan. Good night. And hit the like button on the way out. Yes, hit that like button because it does actually help. Seriously, it does. Laters.